What is going on, guys? It is our Hammond Games here, and welcome back to the channel for another video. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome day. In today's video, we are doing our first time ever ranking a tier list. So the tier list that we're going to be doing today is the Fortnite All Seasons. At some point or another, we all played Fortnite, and we were all enjoying it at some point. So that is what we are going to go over today, is ranking all the seasons. This is including Chapter 3 Season 1 that is actually just ending this weekend. So I'm going to go through this, rank the tiers. Obviously, you guys see the tiers that we have right here today. And I'm going to try not to use S and S Plus that much, and I'm going to be probably pretty harsh on these seasons. So we're going to go in order here. So starting with OG Season 1 right here. So my theory about Season 1 is just, honestly, you got to think. It's the beginning of Fortnite, right? There wasn't a battle pass. There wasn't skins, really. I mean, you had the Renegade Raider and a couple other ones as well, but there really wasn't a defined battle pass to this season, but it was the start of Fortnite, so it's kind of hard to rank that. But comparing what it is from then to what it is today, Season 1 wasn't really anywhere close to what it is nowadays. So for me, I think I'm going to go B tier for Season 1. I mean, it was a good start, good base ground and stuff like that, but we really didn't get anything going really until Season 2. So Season 2 was a big season. It's basically the foundation for what we have now in Fortnite. And, you know, with the medieval theme, with the Black Knight and stuff like that, a couple other things was added to the game through the Battle Pass and stuff like that. But overall, good season. I personally did not get this Battle Pass, and I'm very disappointed in it. It didn't have 100 levels. It had 80 levels, or 80 tiers in it, I guess, back then. So, but it was a good season. It brought the foundation of the battle pass and stuff like that, and I'm pretty sure this was the season that the item shop really got going as well. So item shop was big turning point for Fortnite. A lot of people would probably put this in S or S plus, but I think honestly I'm gonna go A for this. This was a very good season. This was the foundation builder for Fortnite. But then we have Season 3. Season 3 was kind of the start of Fortnite really taking off. For me personally, I did not play a lot. I did play all these seasons, right? But I wasn't really big into Fortnite during Season 3. But I do know the stance of what Season 3 has on the community and how good the actual season was as a whole. But taking that into consideration, we have got all these other ones back here that had live events and stuff like that. This season kind of had like a mini live event with like meteors coming down and stuff like that, so it was good. And I do think that once again, this is a big foundation point for Fortnite. Now, I might move this one here in just a little bit, but I'm probably just going to go S tier for this. It could probably be S plus, but we'll get to that here in just a second. And I'm also going to be, once we get like to more in these tiers, I'll rank them like that as well. But ladies and gentlemen, I think you guys have heard me talk about it on the streams. My all-time favorite Fortnite season. One of my all-time favorite Fortnite seasons was Season 4. How could you not like this season? You had the start of the season with the meteors coming down. You had this awesome like superhero kind of theme to it, which ended up just being like kind of like a movie. The first person of the 7 was introduced, which is a storyline that we are still following today in Chapter 3. Come on, like you can't not say that this season right here is not S plus. Like it was an amazing season. The skins that were added this season were good. Storyline really took off. This was the season that really started the weekly Fortnite updates that I fell in love with the game from. The Battle Pass was awesome. My first time getting the Battle Pass and stuff like that. I think you guys know where I'm going with this. Season 4, in my opinion, is S plus. I absolutely loved Season 4. I think it was a lot of fun. The map was amazing to play and stuff like that. The live event for Season 4 was awesome. It was the first time we ever got a live event, and really that was kind of like the start of the foundation of the live events for like how a season was going to run, and also the weekly updates. So I can't really argue with that. Season 5. Season 5 was another really good season. I enjoyed Season 5. As far as the season went, we had a very good battle pass with Drift and stuff like that, and Ragnarok, skins that I still rock to this day. But Season 5, man, I didn't like it as much as Season 4. I gotta be honest. Season 4 was a just interesting breed of a season. And you know what? While I'm thinking about this, I'm gonna go ahead and move Season 3 up to S plus, because these two seasons I feel like are talked about a lot, because this was peak Fortnite right here. But season 5, it was a good season. I didn't really have too much that I didn't like about it. I didn't have too much that I really liked about it. I do remember being like towards the end of this season and wanting the season to move on. I do remember that. But we also had Kevin the Cube in this season that was leading into a huge storyline for Fortnite. And that was kind of like the big event. And this event was actually taking place as the game was going on. So a lot happened in this season. It's very interesting. I don't know. I think I'm going to chuck season 5 in S, because later on we get some really good seasons back here that I was never even realizing that were like amazing seasons until we got to them, obviously. So S, I think, is a good point for 5. Now, let's talk about season 6. Season 6 is a season that not a ton of people enjoyed. Not a lot of people liked season 6. They said that it was boring. The stuff that was adding to the game was not that great. The battle pass didn't hit for many people. Me personally, I think, considering the time period of what was going on in that time, we had Halloween coming up and stuff like that. I liked the theme of the battle pass. I also really liked the floating island going around the map. That was awesome as well. I will have to say, I do think that the live event, and this was the first live event that I ever actually got to attend for Fortnite, it was a little lackluster. But overall, I don't think that this season is as bad as what people say it is. It's not. I don't think it's anywhere where these are, maybe, but season 6 is not that bad. Like, there's some worse ones as I get into this that you guys are going to realize. Season 6, I think, was an okay season. I'm going to go ahead and chuck it in C. I think that it was good. I think that I enjoyed it, but some people didn't. Now, a season that I enjoyed less than season 6, not even going to lie to you, season 7. This season had probably what was deemed the most uneventful live event in Fortnite history because of the Ice King making the entire map snowy after the map was snowy the week before. So, very uneventful live event. I felt like that this season honestly dragged on. We did get some cool things like the planes and stuff like that, but then everybody decided that the planes were just honestly awful. Drift boards were this season. Drift boards were amazing. I really enjoyed using them. But yeah, honestly, like, I look back on that battle pass and I think, like, what do I still use to this day from that battle pass? And it's literally just Lynx. Like, if Lynx was not in this battle pass, I would not use anything from the season 7 battle pass. I think a big redeeming factor of this season is I think season 7 was the Marshmallow event where we had the first in live concert for Fortnite. So, I mean, that saves it a little bit from going like D and F. But me personally, I enjoyed, I think, season 6 with the floating island theme and stuff like that more than this. And the live event was better. So that's got to bring it down a little bit. I'm going to chuck that one in C as well. Even though, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Now we move on to Season 8. Season 8 was interesting because this was the very first season and the only season so far in Fortnite history to introduce a live battle pass. If you did overtime challenges in Season 7, you got the battle pass for free in Season 8. Overall, it was an okay battle pass. Everybody was very hurt about Lux being the tier 100 skin, which was not very interesting at all when we had this really cool pirate at the beginning where you got it tier 1 and it kind of leveled up throughout the battle pass as you leveled up. You got different styles for it and whatnot. But Season 8 overall, so this was the season where we had the volcano on the island, the volcano erupted, and basically took out Tilted. But the lead up to it, the season itself kind of dragged on, in my opinion. We did have some like really cool things in this season that kind of started like meme skins in Fortnite. I guess it kind of started here with I think it was Giddy Up is what it's named. Maybe not. I don't know. But we had Peely, which is one of the most iconic Fortnite skins ever, and I will not knock Peely for that. But this season, honestly, for me, was not a very good season. To end Chapter 1, I did not enjoy them as much as like Season 3 or Season 4. I'm going to be honest with you guys. So Season 8 for me, it was an okay season, kind of dragged on. The live event helps it just a little bit. I don't know. I think this one's going C tier as well, but I'll put it ahead of Season 6, right? So like right there. I can't give it any more than that. Like, I don't know. I enjoyed it, but I didn't at the same time. Moving on, we've got season number 9 right here. Season 9 was the first season to take out Tilted since it was introduced. Brought us Neo Tilted. I think it brought us, no, that was later on in in season 10. But Neo Tilted, Retail Row was changed to Mega Mall. There was a cool collab with Stranger Things at Mega Mall, but outside of that, it was kind of like a really small hidden thing. If you weren't looking for it, you weren't going to find it. We also had Crazy Ballers this season. I know that they were added here, I believe, but this season is when the baller meta kind of started going crazy. And yeah, I don't know about this one, guys. We had Slipstreams. Slipstreams were really fun. The pump got vaulted for the season, and we had the combat shotgun, which nobody really liked at the beginning, but then we all found out that it was really good. Man, I don't know. Season 9 is a weird season for me. Like, I liked it, but at the same time, I didn't. Like, it was another one of those seasons that I felt like really just dragged on, and I really wanted it to be over. Like, I don't know. I mean, I liked season 9 more than season 8. I will give it that. So I'm going to have to put season 9 in the C tier. Once again, we're putting a lot of these back-to-back in the C tier. Right after Fortnite's, like, high peak right here, they hit a lot of, like, kind of like okay seasons for me. Nothing to go crazy about, nothing to, you know, make you want to download the game, but you know, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I think for the purpose of it, I'm going to move this season up to B, maybe in front of season 1, because I mean, the battle pass for this season was kind of cool. It wasn't anything like amazing, but it did have the battle pass. And the live event. Oh my gosh. Yes, I completely forgot about the live event for this season. The live event, one of the best that we ever had with the robot and the monster. Yeah, I like the B tier for this one. All right, and then closing out chapter 1, we have got the infamous season 10, season X. So let's just go through this one piece at a time, because this is kind of a behemoth to tackle this season. And a lot of people didn't like the battle pass. We're just going to start there. A lot of people didn't like the battle pass with the returning skins and stuff like that. Me personally, I didn't mind it. I had some of the skins that like were featured in this battle pass that were featured in last ones. Like I said, I didn't have like season 1 stuff for season 2 or season 3, but season 4 I did have. And I don't know if there was too much added from season 4's battle pass, but I know that from pretty much every battle pass, there was something featured in it. So like, I don't know. I didn't get too upset about this. I liked the season. I liked the theme that they were going for. I liked what they were doing with it, with bringing back these skins, but adding like different twists to them to where they weren't the exact same. I personally enjoyed that because I didn't get a chance to get them the first go around, but they still made a good job of keeping the original ones kind of rare. So that standpoint, I loved the battle pass. I loved the changing island. Almost every week, a POI would change into something else. There was like really gimmicky ones, like the no building in Tilted with Tilted Town, with the very cartoonish Pandora. I really enjoyed that. And then later on in the season, we got one of my favorite locations back, which was the prison right outside of Moisty Mire, but there was a little twist to it because it was like Moisty mixed with Paradise, and if you crouched, you turned into a prop. I don't know. There was a lot of gimmicky things this season. You had Greasy Grove turning into like a taco restaurant and having, you know, a dance that you all had to do. And that's all without talking about the mechs. The mechs are what ruined this season. If the mechs weren't there, I'm telling you, more people would have enjoyed season 10 than just me. I actually really enjoyed this season, though. I loved the whole storyline of this meteor basically taking place in between season 3 and season 4, of the meteor coming down and stuff like that, being frozen in time. I liked that. The live event, top tier live event that we got in a Fortnite season, honestly. Man, season 10 had a lot of good going for it, but it also had a lot of bad going for it with the mechs and stuff like that. So I can understand why people would rank this season kind of low. But me personally, I enjoyed it. This is a controversial thing. I enjoyed it. I didn't use the mechs that much. I hated the mechs, and obviously they ended up making a return in season 8 of chapter 2, but we will get to that. The mechs were very overpowered in season 10, but I still enjoyed the season, so I think that I'm going to go high C tier with season 10. Season 10 was one that I would probably put in B tier or even A tier if the mechs weren't there, but the mechs do bring it down quite a bit. You know what I mean? The mechs were kind of game breaking. Now, this is the big one. We're going on to Chapter 2. Chapter 2, Season 1. The absolute longest draining Fortnite season I have ever played. Honestly, not a lot of good happened in Season 2. So we had the Black Hole event leading us into Chapter 2, not Season 2. We had the Black Hole event that leaded us into it. And honestly, I don't know, man. This season took forever, and honestly was not very sold on the island through these first 3 seasons. So for me, Chapter 2, the start of it went really bad. Very long season. The Battle Pass was okay. I mean, I guess there's not really too much that I used from that Battle Pass today, other than me wanting to feature a skin. But if I didn't feature a skin, I would have forgot pretty much all that Battle Pass. So I don't know. For me, it wasn't a good season. As of not that long ago, right, that this happened, this was my least favorite season up to this point. And we get to another one later on that I actually did not like more than this season. But this season is definitely going D tier. And that's just because the season was boring in my mind, right? We had some events happen. I think we had a concert in this season. We had the Star Wars event, which was really cool, bringing the lightsabers back and stuff like that. But the event was kind of lackluster, in my opinion. I don't know. That season was a tough season to get through. And when we moved on to Season 2, I was a lot more happy. Now, Season 2 of Chapter 2. This is sought after as one of Fortnite's best seasons. And I don't think that I appreciated it as much as when it first came out. I have a completely different appreciation for this season because I was still upset about this and moving on from all of this, going to this, but I have more appreciation for Season 2 now, and I can kind of see the bright side of it, especially when we're going into Season 2 of Chapter 3, and we're going to have a very similar storyline to this. You had Ghost and Shadow, and basically you pick what side you're on for it. It was really cool, honestly. I'm not going to say that. It was really cool. Our secret skin this season was also Deadpool. Also, this was the first season. I don't believe this season had it, but this season was the first season that really introduced the mythics hard, with having a boss that you had to go fight with these really cool locations around the map and stuff like that. Season 2 was actually a really good season for Chapter 2. I can admit that. I mean, I'm thinking going A and S tier for this one. I don't think I can put it in S+, but A and S, I think I'll actually chuck it in S. I'm going to put it behind Season 5. But Season 2, honestly, I didn't appreciate it as much as I should have, and I didn't really grind the Battle Pass that hard, but it was a really good Battle Pass. The story behind it was great, and that led us into probably one of my least favorite Fortnite seasons ever in history of Fortnite. Now, this may be a controversial pick, but I'm chucking this one right in F. I did it. I have to. So, my reasoning behind chucking Season 3 in F. Right, we had this cool thing where the device event happened in Season 2, led us into Season 3, super hyped up about it, right? You had this cool thing about the wall of the ocean kind of being zone and stuff like that. It was really cool. It was a cool concept. Most of the map was flooded, which kind of hurt mobility a little bit, but you could swim now at this point in Chapter 2. But what I do have to say about this season is it was very lackluster in my eyes. The Battle Pass was okay, not that much to grind for in my opinion. The story, I was not really following that much of what was really going on. And honestly, out of every season that's on this list, every season, I've played through day 1 of that season to the end of that season. This was the first season that actually made me quit Fortnite for a little bit. And I think you guys remember that time period. I just was not interested in the game at all. I quit Fortnite during this season. It was even a question if I was ever even going to play Fortnite again for these seasons right here, which I'm glad I did end up coming back. But that's why I'm chucking this in F tier. This season hurt me a little bit with Fortnite, and it was honestly, in my eyes, probably the worst season that's ever been added into the game. And I know that there's probably some people that love this season. Me personally, absolutely hated it. Now, let's talk about this season. This season was perfect timing for me. So, we have the Marvel season, Chapter 2, Season 4, where the Marvel skins were collabed into it. It was an awesome timing for me because I had just finished watching all the Avengers movies, or we were in the middle of watching all the Marvel and Avengers movies and stuff like that. So, perfect timing for this. It couldn't have been a better timing. Now, Battle Pass, amazing. Still use these skins to this day. Storyline of it with, bringing Marvel and Fortnite together was awesome. I actually really enjoyed this collab season, and obviously it was the only full collab season that we've ever had in Fortnite. I'd like to see more, I think, in the future. The way that they tied, the movies into, the movies, comics, and the game all together into, one thing was really cool. The live event was one of the best live events I think I've ever been a part of. It was an actual playable live event and stuff like that, so it was really cool. And yeah, I don't know. This season holds a big spot in my heart because this was a big comeback time for me in Fortnite. I grinded this season. I think out of all of these seasons, I grinded season 4 to finish it because of how late I got the battle pass. This season was a huge grind season for me, with even the extra styles of skins and stuff like that. This was a huge grinding season for me, and I absolutely loved this season of Fortnite. If it wasn't for this season, I probably would have never got back into Fortnite. Just being honest with that. So, with that being said, from the jump from this to this was already there. I almost want to chuck this in S+ because I love that season that much, but I think that I will chuck it in S. The front of S tier. I liked it better than season 5, honestly. And between this season and all the rest of these seasons, I had so much fun in this season. I think I actually had more fun in this season than I did in season 3 of Fortnite, but I'll put it here. I think S tier, top of S tier is a very good spot for it, and I actually really loved this season. Now, moving on. We've got season 5, which for me was already a huge season because this is the season that Lexi finally decided to start playing Fortnite with me. And yeah, we've never looked back since. She's enjoyed it. So this season, interesting season here. We had the Battle Pass, which had Mando and Baby Yoda in it. We had Man Cake, which is an awesome skin. All the skins, honestly, in this Battle Pass were a really cool thing. And the storyline behind it was really cool with, having to hunt bounties and stuff like that. Really cool overall. You did have the weird IO things that popped up throughout the season, which kind of sucked. I don't believe season 5 had a live event, though. I think that season 6 was this season's live event to branch over in between them, which we'll get to this here in a second with this live event. So it didn't have a live event. Sand tunneling was the big thing added in this season for mobility-wise, and it was out for over half the season. So that's something to take into account, but I actually really liked the map and what it did with the whole desert thing with the 0 point floating in the air. It was really cool. You go through the 0 point, you get some shield. That's always great. The bounties were sick. Having Mando as an NPC in the game was really sick. And I think that this was the first season that actually had characters that you had to go talk to for NPCs. So that was a really cool added thing to Fortnite that they still have today. So season 5, I think I have to chuck this in A tier. Honestly, I didn't have a moment. I'm actually going to put it at the front of A tier because I liked it better, I think, than season 2 of regular Fortnite. But for me personally, I enjoyed it. I didn't have a point where I was like, okay, I'm ready to move on to the next season. When the next season finally came, I was excited. But this season was a good season of Fortnite, and I really enjoyed it. Now, moving on to season 6, I'm actually interested to see, after I talk through this, where I'm going to rank this one. So we had the very first time that a live event happened where it was a game mode. You jumped into the game and you did the live event. I think you had a week to do the live event when the season first launched. So that was cool. We have Primal Season here, which means we had animals added to the game that you could hunt and stuff like that. And this was a very interesting time in Fortnite because they took all the original guns of Fortnite out and they started doing primal guns and primal bows and makeshift rifles. And I forget what the other one was. Mechanical, I think, was the regular weapons or something like that. But it was an interesting time period in Fortnite because to do that every single game, you basically found a makeshift weapon on the ground and then you had to build your own weapon, which however path you want to go, the primal or the mechanical route and stuff like that. Interesting time period for Fortnite because that was a grind. That was a grind just in itself. But overall, the season was good. I think that this season dragged on a little bit for me. In my head, I was very excited to move on to another season. But overall, the season was really good. I love the implementation of the bows. I wish that we still had some kind of bow in the game, but I understand why we don't, but I did enjoy the season. The building the bows was kind of a grind. The live event was okay. to start the season. I don't think we had a live event at the end of the season because I think that it kind of went into this season, but I might be wrong about that. Did we have a live event in this season? Did we have a live event this season? Am I wrong about all this? Like, I don't remember there being a season 5 live event. I don't think I'm wrong about that. I don't know. Something. Anyways, season 4 or season 6, I'm going to go ahead and chuck that in the B, like front of B. I liked that season. It was an interesting season. If you didn't have to grind the bows as hard, I think I would have liked it a little bit more. So that's where I'm going to put that one. Now we've got season 7. We've got the Alien season, which had UFOs, had the aliens, had the Skyfire event. It was a really cool season. Very interesting season. A lot of lasers flying around the map and stuff like that. This was kind of like the big start to like the IO. I mean, I guess it kind of was here and here too. Kind of like the big start to like the IO storyline that we know now as well. Yeah. Season 7. I don't think that a lot got added in this season that I liked. This was the Rick and Morty season where Rick was in the battle pass. That's probably the only thing that I'll ever use from this battle pass, honestly. It was, I don't know. I did not have fun grinding this season. I'm going to be honest with you. With the railgun was fun. The ray gun was interesting. I wasn't a huge fan of this season. So with that being said, I want to put it in C tier to give it, what it's worth, but I almost really want to chuck it in D tier too because I just did not enjoy this season. I'm going to put it in D, I think. For me, not a good season. The event would bring it up to a C, so maybe we should just go ahead and I'll put it back half a C, like right there, because the event was good. I enjoyed that, and yeah, there's that. Season 8, so the end of Chapter 2. We had the Cube season, where there was a ton of cubes around the map. Kevin the Cube made his return, as we saw in the Skyfire event, and stuff like that. And this was a hyped up season. I actually liked this season. I liked it. The problem with this season is I didn't have a lot of time to grind it or have enough, willpower to grind it, I guess. I don't know. For me, in my opinion, this season was a good season, and I wish I had more time to grind it. I love the ruin places around the map. I love the storyline of, the map slowly getting more corrupted over time. I wish that there was a little bit more to that. Rather than just making the ground a different color, I wish that there was more to that storyline of what was going on there. You kind of had the Cube Queen introduced. You had a really good live event, too. I 100% like this season more than the season 7. So it was a good season. We had a Toon skin that was super customizable as well, introduced in the Battle Pass, and Carnage was in the Battle Pass. This is when Carnage and Venom got introduced into Fortnite, the movie versions of them. Yeah, I think this season was a good season, but it wasn't I don't know. See, I wouldn't put it at the same level as season 6 or maybe even season 9, in my opinion. I think I even like season 10 more than this season. Oh my gosh, and you had the Brutes come back too. They weren't as bad though. Oh man, I don't know. I think for me, in my opinion, I think I'm going to chuck it right here next to the other Fortnite Season 8, and it's not even for any other reason. You know what? The Brutes were not as bad to handle this time. Maybe I'll put it there. I'll put it top of C tier. The Brutes were not as bad. You can kind of manage them a little bit better, and I don't know. This season was okay. I enjoyed it more than the other okay seasons, like season 7 and season 6, or season 7's right here. But season 8 of chapter 2 just didn't get to play it enough to really have an opinion on it. Now, we have got the season that I have grinded the absolute most in Fortnite. We've got this current season that is about to end, chapter 3, season 1. So first of all, right off the bat, coming out of the live event, super hyped up about this season. First of all, the island of season 3 about 10 times better than the island in season 2. I would compete this one with the island of season 1. I really, really, really enjoy this season, and now we've had time to kind of sit and think on it. We don't really have a live event. We have a mini event going on right now with earthquakes that's going to lead us into the next chapter or the next season. But honestly, to start a chapter the way that chapter 3 did was amazing. I mean, we saw the big jump from the start of Chapter 2 to the start of Chapter 3 and what Fortnite can really do. They took out a lot of the big guns, like the pump, the original AR, stuff like that, and replaced it with new ones with like the MK7, the Ranger AR, the Striker pump, the auto pump, and stuff like that. So without having those original guns in it, it was weird, but it was a very spray meta season, and I think that it was a good thing for Fortnite. Fortnite was very heavy, like, on the shotguns, like, throughout pretty much all of these seasons. Season 5, you kind of got into, like, a spray meta a little bit, but most of the seasons were very shotgun heavy, so I was like, I'm not a pro player or anything, so I personally liked the spray meta that you kind of have here. It kind of got annoying a little bit as the season went on, but the MK7, amazing AR. The Stinger SMG, it was an awesome SMG. There was a lot of good going on in this season. The bows actually made a return in this season as well towards the end of the season. You had the Spider-Man mythics, which ended up getting kind of annoying, but you also loved them at the beginning of the season. And overall, it was a great start to Chapter 3. It doesn't even have a live event, and I think I already know where I want to chuck this just because the jump from here to here. And this start, the storyline, I'm telling you, like, the story that we're about to go on is going to be probably one of my favorite storylines in Fortnite ever. And I love the potential that they have for Season 3 right now, or Chapter 3. So, Chapter 3 for me, do I want to chuck it in S or do I want to chuck it in S+? Like, honestly, I really want to chuck in an S+ because I absolutely love this season. I think it's a huge jump for Fortnite. I love the island from the jump from Chapter 2 to Chapter 3 island. There's a lot that I like about this season. Plus, I grind it. This is the first season I ever got to level 200 in Fortnite as well. I don't know. I think I have to chuck this. I'm going to chuck it the back of S+. Like, I really like this season. It's kind of hard to say that that's an S+ season when we're about to end it and it's still like kind of fresh in everybody's mind, but the way they started Chapter 3 was unbelievable and I absolutely love it, and I think they did an amazing job with this season. Alrighty guys, and that is it. That is my Fortnite tier list. A lot of surprises here. I'm sure you guys probably didn't think I was going to chuck any in F. A lot of C tiers now that I'm thinking about it, but I think that I like the way that I ranked this, and I know that some people are mad about these two right here not being higher. But for me personally, I just liked other seasons other than those. So let me know in the comments below what you guys would rank some of these seasons. And let me know what you guys think of this tier list. I know that there's going to be some people that don't like this tier list. Also, comment below what tier list you guys want to see next week. We can do like a Call of Duty tier list. We can do a Fortnite Battle Pass tier list. I don't really care what we do. I could rank all the Call of Duty games. I think that one would be very interesting to do. But yeah, as of right now, this is my official Fortnite season tier list and what seasons I enjoyed the most. Now, as more seasons come out, we will come back and revisit this. Maybe even like throw a screenshot in the video of what this looked like back then compared to what it'll look like then. But yeah, honestly, I like this. The only really questionable in my mind is this one being S+, but that's why I'm kind of putting it in the back of S+. But yeah, other than that, guys, that's going to do it for me in this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, smash the like button down below. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos. If you guys are going to pick up any Rogue Energy, make sure to use code RHGames for 20% off. It does help out the channel a ton. And other than that, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.